Hey everybody, welcome back to Willa Trades. I'm Willa and thanks for joining. For those of you who are new here, we are day traders and right now we're learning how to day trade and improving our abilities. It's been about 2 years for me. I've improved. I thought it would be cool to do this channel to help other people along the way figure out things that it took me a little while to figure out. Now I got them moving along, building good habits, becoming more and more profitable, and I figured I'd share this journey with you guys. We're going to get started with today's watch list. Today is 8/21. There's no big news events really happening today. Let's bring it up. We had earnings today. Today we had Target, Macy's. So really retailers kind of mixed in terms of what the reports were. Target reported well, but gave a negative outlook. And then Macy's, so-so, TJX was okay. Also, mortgage applications, that already happened. 10 a.m. is the Fed's business inflation and quarterly services survey. No, those are not big news events. But at 2 p.m., we've got FOMC minutes. FOMC minutes is not the meeting. It is the follow-up to after they've met the last time, probably 4 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, they published meeting minutes, and people use those minutes to try to see if they can glean more information about what the Fed is thinking. I don't think it's going to be any big news. But you can see what's happening here is really the market is consolidating. This is QQQ. The market is consolidating in between. And I think that if we follow the trend today, what we're going to notice is that we've been trending up. So let's go ahead and see if we can open our chart up a little bit. Okay, there we go. See, we've been trending up for quite some time now. Actually, if I really look at this, this is actually very interesting. Looks like by consolidating, we're starting to break the trend. I've got another underlying trend that I'm looking at, but I will be willing to take a high risk. Let's extend it to the right. We'll be willing to take a high risk reject here at the 485 number. If we get to the end of the day, I will be willing to take an end of the day reject at this 486.47 because I got a fib here on QQQ. Mind you, I take most of my trades on SPX, but I've been watching QQQ a lot lately and thinking that I might go ahead and pull one. If we go further out into our time frame, you can see here that we broke a new high from our last push down. So we are now above that level, and we probably want to go ahead and extend this because this is going to be a major point. Let's go ahead and extend it. What's that? 21. We're going to go to 30. We're going to extend it to 31. No, 30. 30 is good because that's Friday. I'm going to extend it. I always turn them purple when they're from another chart. Another time frame. So now we got something to work with here. The last high was here, so we'll also look at bringing that over. We'll decide later. But for today's purposes, just because it can get wild, we're going to go ahead and set a new support where these last highs were. Okay, so you can see we've trended up. The overall trend has been pretty strong, but it's been decreasing volume. So if we look here, we can see that these overall graph bars have been getting smaller and smaller. Easier to tell if we bring up the daily. So I'm going to bring up the daily. Boom. 1 month, 1 day. You can see here that generally it's been getting smaller, and we had a little bit of more volume because we had more selling. That's telltale. You've got this type of candle here. So today and tomorrow are super important days. Today and tomorrow are super important days. If we reject here, we probably will go down to here and push up and go and try to take out this 717 gap because we filled every other gap that was left behind in July except 717. Let's go ahead and go over and look at SPY, and you can pretty much see the same thing except we've got bigger gaps down below. So this is going to be interesting. We're closer to the 717 gap. I think it's only a matter of time. I think they played with us yesterday. We didn't go get it. So what I would expect to see is we're probably going to have to be really mindful of the downside. And because we're in consolidation, you can't just jump at it. I show you in previous times, you can get in a consolidation zone here and they can draw you out for a couple days. So what I'm planning on doing is watching the price action very carefully today, expecting a fade where we move down, probably test this 7.5 area, I'm thinking, and then make a push back up or go below and go for this 555. If I see that, then what I'm going to expect tomorrow was going to be a push up to go out and get this 717 gap. After that, then it's anybody's ball game, because after that point, because if you look on S&P, or this is SPY, which is emblematic of S&P, you see the decrease in volume. See the decrease in volume down here. Okay, this is a big drop off. Even though we've been moving up, we see a decrease in volume, and finally we hit a sales inflection point. So the biggest group of purchases was closer down here in this 510 area, and then you can see that the volume begins to trail off. And probably what will happen from this point is they're going to take into account the VIX expiring today, and we'll start to see more movement tomorrow. So my major play for today, if I were looking at SPY, let's bring up the 1 hour. My major play for today is going to be to see whether or not we make a fade up to grab this and then look to move down, or if we make a fade down first. And if we make a fade down first, then I'm probably going to play the bounce. My bounce, if you look at yesterday's low, is probably going to be about 57.50 in this area, or maybe even right here, 558. Let's go look at SPX to see if we want to use SPX as our judge. Okay, so we see here 558. My plan for yesterday was bounce on 55.85. Sorry, couldn't do a watch list for you guys yesterday, but I was actually helping some family with something. But my actual bounce level was here at 55.85. So we saw that hit. I believe we'll probably come up and bounce off. I'll probably use SPX levels and look for us to come out, fade down to the 55.90, and then move up. If we go up, then I'm going to look for us to go get this gap and then come back down. We got to see where it publishes when we open first to kind of get a better idea of it, but that's what my general plan is going to be. All right, let's see if I can draw it out a little bit for you guys. Man, this drawing thing, man, we got to figure out a better program to do the drawing. Let's see if I can get it. Move this over. Okay, let's go back to SPY, bring that up. Boom. And then let's see if we can get this drawing mechanism to work. I'm going to take blue. All right. I think I got it. So we're going to move up here to gain the gap, reject off the gap. Okay, and depending on how fast it happens, that matters. If it happens, if we start going up really quick, then I'm going to look for the reject. If we just drizzle up all day, you know, where it just kind of like does this all day, might not look for that reject, might look for us to break. I'll have to watch volume. Okay, that's how weird the market is. You got to look at how quickly it goes for things or goes after things. Interesting thing here, if we go up and then reject off of that and go down, that means that we'll definitely go up tomorrow or Friday. But in general, that's what I'm looking for. If we go down, I'm going to look for us to go down probably to this 558 level, where you can see this happened here yesterday. I'm going to look for us to go to that 558 level and then start to move up. The market mostly has been doing a move up, a check off down, and then a move up again. So we're going to watch it very carefully and see if that pattern plays out again. I'm Willa with Willa Trades. For those of you who are interested in one day seeing me trade live, definitely click like and subscribe. I think it's fun to watch the process